This is Ali, welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified when I put up my next video. I haven't done a video for a while, so I'm getting back into doing more videos. Today I want to talk about mental diet. Now, mental diets is the concept that came from Neville Goddard, and it's very similar to a food diet in that when you're doing a food diet, you restrict the food that comes into your body and you're mindful of what you eat, because obviously you don't want to be putting food into your body that's not going to be healthy for you and not going to help you with your diet. And a mental diet is very similar, but obviously it's to do with the mind and to do with thought processes. So we become mindful of what we allow ourselves to think about, basically. It's basically just keeping an eye on how your thought processes go, what you allow yourself to think about, what you give your time to, what you give momentum to, and just basically being very, very mindful and being aware of what you're thinking about. Because everything we think about becomes something in our future. So whatever we think about today, we're manifesting in our future, be it in a couple of days' time, in a few weeks' time, in a few months' time. So however our thought processes go today, that can affect things, and it can also affect how we feel. If we are in a negative mindset and having a negative thought process all the time, we won't feel good. We won't feel good at all, because we are out of alignment with who we should be, and we're out of alignment with our inner being. And this makes us not feel good. We won't feel happy. We'll then be kind of manifesting more negative feelings and more negative things to come to us, because we've gone on that mindset of the negativity. So doing a mental diet basically puts you on the right path when it comes to your thought processes. And anything that we think about, anything that we give our attention to and we constantly think about, becomes a belief. That's what beliefs are. That's what negative beliefs are, is something that we constantly think about and that we've brought through, say, our childhood and through our life, that we believe. And a lot of these are fake negative beliefs. One particular belief that we're taught as a child is that, money doesn't grow on trees and that you can't have everything you want and that you have to work hard to get it. Well, actually, it's not true. None of it's true. You can have exactly what you want. You just have to have the belief in this, and you just need to have, get rid of the negative thought processes about it. We stop ourselves from having what we want, and we put the brakes on everything we want, because we go into the negative thought processes of things, and we can overthink things. And this is where the mental diet comes in to help with this. So let's just say that, we're going out for the day and we've had some problems with our car. Now, before we even leave the house, that's already in our subconscious, because we've had a few problems with our car. That's in the back of our mind, that actually things could go wrong with the car today. So before we realise it, we could be driving down the road and all of a sudden something goes wrong with the car. But because we've already put that into our mindset, and because when we think of anything for 68 seconds, that is then set. So if we are constantly believing that we're going to have a problem with the car, after 68 seconds of thinking that gathers momentum, and more of that negative thought process comes with that. So before you know it, you've been thinking about this car 4 or 5, 10 minutes. It keeps coming back into your mind. You keep thinking about this car. Every time you think about this car, you feel a negative emotion towards it, because you know it's going to break down. So before you know it, you've put it out there, and you haven't even meant to put it out there. So this is where the mental diet really, really comes into helping, because what we need to do is, at the point of this thought process starting, we then acknowledge that we're having this thought process. And then what we do is we stop having this thought process. And how we do that is we start then thinking of the positive things. So instead of thinking about the car breaking down, we think about, wow, the car's really good, been running really well. The car gets me from A to B. I'm so grateful that I have this car. And turn everything into something that you appreciate rather than something that you dread. And before you know it, once you do this for the 68 seconds, you will then get more positive thought processes going, and your day will go a lot better. And you will find as well that the more often you do this, the easier it becomes. So then it just becomes second nature to actually catch yourself in a negative thought, and then you turn it around. And that's basically as simple as it is. And it isn't something that you can do straight away, because like anything, you cannot go to the gym and suddenly pick up the biggest weight that's there on your first day in the gym, because you haven't worked those muscles, and your mind is the same. If you haven't worked your mind in this particular way, you won't suddenly be able to do it. It's like meditating. People find it difficult to meditate when they first start because they're not used to doing it. Their mind doesn't work in that way. They have to train it. It's like a muscle. You have to train it. So it's the same thing. If you start putting these positive thought processes out there and start being really, really on top of what you're thinking about, before you know it, you will change your thought process. And before you know it, the negative thoughts don't come into your head anymore. You will flick them. And instead of thinking, it's like the glass half empty compared to the glass half full. Instead of being that glass half empty where you're dreading everything because you think this is going to go wrong, this is going to go wrong, and you're thinking on the negative, you tip it so that you're actually a glass half full. So instead of thinking on the negative, you're thinking on the positive. And when something that maybe you don't want comes into your existence, you don't stress out about it. You don't say, oh my God, where did that come from? I can't believe this happened. You just say, oh, that's okay. We'll change this thought process and then we'll change this. And that's fine. You don't give it any emotion. Don't give it the negative emotion. Anything that goes wrong, don't give it any negative emotion. Just take it in your stride. Just say that's fine. And then change your thought processes about it. Really, really practice this, because if you can get mental diets under your belt, this is key to so much. Not just manifesting what you want, but just feeling better in general. Just if you can change your whole mindset on how you feel and how you think about life and how you think about things that happen in your life to you, you will soon realise that things aren't happening to you. You're bringing them to you, and you're bringing them to you by your negative thought processes. So if you can really start to flick it, and like I say, you won't do it straight away. It'll take work, and it's like anything. If it's worth doing, it's worth working at. So do it. Work at it. Because the benefits are amazing. And, make notes. Write down when you notice yourself in a negative thought process. Write down what that negative thought is. Write down which negative thought keeps coming back to you. And then put 2 positive thought processes instead of that negative thought. So just flick it. That's as easy as it is. And then just focus on that positive side. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. When you think about your car, just be so grateful that it works, and be grateful that your car gets you from A to B. You have a nice car. You have a car that like I say, it works fine, and it gets you where you need to go. And just really, really be grateful for the things that you do have, instead of focusing on the negative thing that might happen or that you think might happen. Because if you can get yourself away from thinking about it happening, it won't happen. Okay, that's as easy as it is, and that's as simple as it is. That is how the law of attraction works. The universe mirrors back to us what we put out there. And if you keep putting out, oh my gosh, my car doesn't work properly and it's going to go wrong all the time and I can't afford to fix it, then you will get more of that, because the universe believes that that's what you want. It mirrors your feelings. It mirrors your emotions. It doesn't understand that you don't want that. It just thinks, that's okay, you want that, I'll give you more of it. So please really try this, this mental diet, and check out Neville Goddard's videos, and check out some videos by Amanda from Create Your Future. She does some great Neville Goddard videos that teach you really, she teaches all of Neville Goddard's concepts, and mental diets is really, really, a really big thing of hers, and definitely worth checking out. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions and you'd like me to answer any questions on a video, please email me and I will do that, or put a comment underneath this video. And thank you so much for watching.